Round 11 continues with one of the games of the season as the top two teams go head-to-head at the Boombox. The reigning champion Townsville Fire sit 2 games clear on top of the Cygnett WNBL ladder after disposing of the Lynx in back-to-back games at home. Now they roll into Melbourne for a 2-game series against another challenger, the Melbourne Boomers, who have climbed back up in a second spot after winning 3 of their last 4, including a big road win over the Fire. Can they repeat the dose at home to claim the season series? Or will Townsville re-establish their dominance and kick even further clear of the chasing pack? First versus second in round 11 action. It's the Boomers and the Fire on your home of hoops, ESPN. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. Thanks to our friends at Ford. Jason Bennett alongside 2014 WNBL champion Tessa Lavey. Welcome to the team.
Thank you very much, Jason. I'm very excited for tonight's game. It's going to be a cracker.
Big game play. We've brought you in for a beauty. First versus second tonight. It's the second part of our double header. The first part saw Bendigo finish up against Adelaide at Red Energy Arena in Bendigo just moments ago. And it was a wonderful performance from the Bendigo Spirit. They won their 6th straight over the Lightning. In the end, ran out 28-point winners in a fantastic team performance.
Yeah, I think hit the nail on the head there. Bendigo just came out, they were firing, and they played the ultimate team game. I think they nearly had everyone on their sheet get a basket, so it was very exciting to watch and a very fun first quarter, that's for sure.
They poured on 96 points, their highest score of the season. 11 of their 12 players hit the scoreboard. Abby Warung leading the way with 18 points. They jumped out of the blocks, 33 points in the first quarter, led by 18 at quarter time, and really were never headed from there. So a massive win for the Spirit, 28-point winners over the Lightning. Here's the updated ladder, bearing in mind each team plays 21 games in the regular season, and you can see why tonight's win so important for the Spirit. It moves them to 5-8, and they're just 2 games behind the 4th place Flyers in the race for the finals. And they play Southside on January 17th, so they can pull 1 game back on them there. And the Flyers, a tricky run home. They've got 6 of their last 8 against other top 5 teams. So tonight's win certainly keeps Bendigo alive with plenty of basketball still to play. As we welcome the 3rd member of ESPN's WNBL Wednesday commentary team, it's good evening and welcome to Candy Hertz courtside. And Candy, for the Boomers, it's a case of one Christie in, one Christie out.
It sure is, Jace. You will have a very noticeable face missing off the Boomers bench tonight, and that is head coach Chris Lucas. Unfortunately, COVID protocols are playing a role with that. It does mean the highly decorated Christy Hara stepping into that head coach role for the very first time in WNBL history. So good luck and congratulations to Christy for tonight. The other Christy that's out, of course, is Christy Wallace. Now, we know she's been out all season due to an injury, but tonight she's actually out for COVID protocols as well. Also, when we look at Townsville, most of the team are here for their double-header weekend here in Melbourne. The only player still missing is Alice Koenig. She did have wrist surgery. We hope to see her back on court shortly. Jason, Tess, we do know that basketball is so much more than just what we see out on the court. It is about community, it is about behind the scenes, and it is about family as well. Tonight, you will notice there are some yellow armbands on the Boomers players. That's in support of their head of brand and digital, Adam Mackay. Now, he has that brain surgery tomorrow, and the team really just want him to know that they're behind him. It's a very special league, this Cygnett WNBL.
Sure is, Candy. Adam, one of the great people of the WNBL, an incredibly talented videographer. So our thoughts with Adam and Yuki and the family. All the best for tomorrow. So another milestone to add to one of Australian basketball's all-time great Hall of Fame resumes. Christy Harrell making her WNBL coaching debut. Universally regarded as having one of the sharpest basketball minds in the country. 2-time WNBL champion, a 4-time Olympic medalist, a world champion as a player. She coached NBL 1 for the Melbourne Tigers in 2019. She's into her 2nd season as an assistant to Chris Lucas at the Boomers. And Tessa, her dad Bernie was the Spirit's first coach. You guys spent 3 years playing together in Bendigo. What makes her special?
I think everything that you've just mentioned. You know, she's been around the league a really long time. She's played in the league a really long time. And obviously when I was there, I just learnt so much of her, and Bernie as well. So I'm excited for her tonight, and I know she's just going to love it out there.
Did you envisage her transitioning into the coaching ranks?
Absolutely. I mean, when I was playing, it was often her and Bernie. They were out there chatting away, and we were just sort of sitting back, waiting for them to make decisions and make plays. And yeah, so I can see her doing that, and tonight I think she's going to do a really good job.
Well, we're blessed to have an Opals point guard in Tessa Lavey alongside us tonight, because we're going to see 2 of the league's best point guards in action. Jordan Canada and Steph Reed, both outstanding in this competition. Talk us through their strengths and what makes them so effective.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see this. I think tonight we're going to see a matchup, though, of Canada v Whitcomb, just because I think Canada has that little bit more length than I think maybe a Reed or Conti, I guess. So Canada v Whitcomb, but then Reed v Conti is going to be huge as well. I think Conti's foot speed's going to match up well against Steph Reed, but then obviously as the play goes on, we'll see both matchups go one or the other. So it's very exciting, and I think they'll be huge keys to this game.
That's the smalls. What about the talls? Also important. The number one shooting team in the comp in the fire up against the number one shot defending team, the Boomers, and they're also the top two rebounding teams. Melbourne number one on the O glass and Townsville number one on the defensive boards. It's Roof and Akuso versus Hillman and Froling. What a battle that's going to be around the glass.
Yeah, I think tonight's game is going to come down to who owns that airspace. I think, you know, you want to make sure that the opposition team doesn't get their second chance points, but you also want to give your team second chance points. So it's going to be an exciting matchup to see who wins that rebound count.
Last time they met was the Boomers owning the glass, 48-29 on the boards, 14 O boards in that lot, and they ran out 20-point winners off the back of that. So certainly one of the focuses for Shannon Seabohm and his Townsville team tonight is to be more physical and have more impact off the boards. The league's two most recent champions, between them they've held top spot for 9 of the 10 weeks this season. Townsville with a chance to take a huge step towards the minor premiership. Melbourne trying to close that gap and tighten their grip on second spot. ESPN's WNBL Wednesday, thanks to Ford, a top of the table round 11 blockbuster, the Boomers and the Fire at the Boombox. Thanks to Ford. Jason Bennett alongside Tessa Levy as the top two teams in the league get us started. It'll be the Boomers with first possession. Jordan Canada. There is that Canada-Reed matchup. Blitz arms at the moment with Woods. It's Froling and Roof. Great matchups all over the court. Hillman with a big role to play tonight. She'll start on Akuso. Canada. Blitz arms. Extra pass. Corner shot from Conti. Roof comes down with the first of what we anticipate will be many boards tonight. Such a glue player in this Townsville team. Michaela Roof. Reed, and there is the Conti matchup as predicted by Tessa Levy. Whitcomb with Canada for company. Jordan sticks to the task, does enough, but Akuso cleans it up. Opening points to Townsville. Hillman to blitz arms. Froling inside. Hillman versus Akuso is going to be a great matchup. Conti, long range three. There's all oxygen.
I'd love to see him on there choose to be really aggressive in that situation, especially against Reed. You want to put her under pressure early, try and get some early fouls.
Shooting 9 for 46 from three-point range this year, Monconti. Reed to Whitcomb. Turns the corner on Akuso and then feeds it through. It'll remain a Townsville ball. And that Reed-Akuso combination, tough to stop.
Absolutely it is. I think they both make really great reads. So if one's open, they'll take it. If the other's open, they'll give it up.
Whitcomb. Oh, lovely step underneath. Can't finish. But then Hillman loses the handle. Roof. No, sir. Away comes Canada. Boomers dodge a bullet. There's that aggression that Tessa was talking about. Conti chose to stand back and pull the trigger. Canada prepared to take the defence on.
Canada's change of direction is just incredible here. Turns Z inside out a little bit. Z did a really good job. Unfortunately, just sort of put her arms in at the last second there. But Canada's speed getting downhill, it's hard, that's tough to stop.
A fantastic season in her first year in the WNBL. Leads the competition assists, second for steals, averaging 15 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals a game. Elite defender, can score as well. Hillman keeps it alive for Melbourne. Canada and Woods. Hillman can't finish, and one.
I think that's two on Zatina now, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here, if they leave her in or get her out.
Yeah, a couple of early fouls on Tatina Akuso. We spoke about that, the battle of the bigs as Tatina sits down. Hillman and Froling versus Roof and Akuso, but they've got Zawi B to come in off the bench, Townsville. Such depth in this squad. Nars Hillman, another first-year player. Adds the extra. Boomers up by 2. Reed to Woods having a career best year. The ever-reliable Whitcomb. Reed makes them pay. The danger of Steph Reed. Can take it to the rack, can sit back and make long-range shots. Conti to Froling. Boomers trying to get more movement into their offense. Don't want to get bogged down. Good defensive work there from Whitcomb. Forces the turnover. Reed in the corner. Does Sammy take Blitzarves on? She's got Hillman in protection, guarding the hoop. So Sammy goes herself from long range and hauled in by Canada. Blitzarves thinks about inside to Froling. It was a tough play. She makes it but can't finish. Almost comes with the rebound. Well done, Courtney Woods.
Courtney Woods did a really good job. She created contact early there with Keeley, so she couldn't get a really deep seal, and then kept her sort of away from the rim.
Versus Conti. Lovely finish from Sammy. Comes up a little sore. Maybe just a tweak of the ankle.
I don't think anything will stop Sammy Whitcomb, that's for sure.
She is a machine. There's Canada. There's the inside ball to Blitzarves. Again, they can't finish from close range.
I like that look though. They're going to cross boot, trying to get it into Sarah nice and deep there.
Conti cannons off a couple, and then gets the mismatch, and Conti fouls Zawi B. Good recognition inside from Townsville.
What I love about Steph Reed and Jordan Canada is their understanding of the game, and they know when they need to score, but they also know when they need to distribute and organise the team, which is really, as a point guard, fellow point guard, yeah, it's fun to watch.
We saw the beauty of that pass to the top of the arc. It drew Hillman and Blitzarves to the ball carrier, who could then just pop it over the top. And Zawi B was always going to have the size over Conti. 86% free throw shooter this year, so a rare miss for Amanda. She's now 18 for 22, makes the second. Conti and Whitcomb. Hillman provides some support. Froling to Blitzarves. Off to Canada. Reed for company. Works her way through some traffic. A little feed over the top to Hillman. Won't drop, but she gets the foul.
Hillman's been really tough under there. She's drawn a couple of fouls on Z and now on Zawi B, so it's good to keep that pressure on their bigs and keep them accountable.
Start to see the chemistry in the back half of the season tested between players who haven't played together before, but those sort of reads and recognitions, both on the same page, which just takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And understanding the gameplay as well. I don't think people realise coming from overseas or just coming into the league, it can be a totally different game style than what they used to. So we tend to play a really fast-paced, free-flowing sort of game. And, you know, it takes a little while to get used to each other. So I love seeing that now within the Melbourne side. They got a lot of connection now.
Thought about the inside to Zawi B. Goes to Woods, who's been red hot from long range. Not this time. Froling. Blitzarves. Puts it on the floor against Woods. Help defence was from Zawi B. Off Blitzarves. Townsville ball. Boomers the slowest starting team in the competition this year. So this first quarter really important. Roof, a bit of miscommunication with Woods. Blitzarves comes up with it. Canada tries to get past Zawi B. Through 3, open extra pass. Blitzarves, not quite.
Townsville are icing on balls, which means they're forcing their other team's guards to not use the on ball. So it's keeping them to actually one side of the court, which is quite effective. They can't get a ball reversal, and then they have to make a play out of that one side.
Zoe B front iron. She's now 1 for 11 from long range this season. Amanda Zoe B, who of course started the season in the Israeli League, and that league was suspended after all the troubles over in that part of the world. So she's come to Australia for the back end of this season, and what a handy inclusion she's been, given they've been without Alice Koenig, who's out with a broken arm. Hopefully back soon. Canada against Reid, two of the most fleet-footed plays in the competition. Tough play, won't quite drop.
You can tell Canada's mindset coming into this game is just being super aggressive, and her speed, the change of direction that she has, it's tough to keep in front of her. So Steph just steps in a little bit too close there and gets a foul. But yeah, I love Canada's mindset.
Her handles are incredible too. Her ball skill, handling ability is amazing. And at both ends of the floor, you look at her, she comes up with 6 rebounds a game for a player of her size. And the reason is she's just so good at pouncing on those balls in dispute.
Yeah, she can read the ball really well off the rim, and that's something that you want as a guard, because you can actually grab it off the rim and then start to create the fast break and focus on the tempo, what we need, what we don't need.
Christy Harrell mentioning that the speed of Conti and Canada at the defensive end, setting up transition plays. Reid, not quite. Look out, she's going to come from behind on Froling. Off to Canada. Here's Conti again. Get it short. 4 minutes to play in the opening term. Both defences on top. Points at a premium right now. Reid, Woods, the touch and release to Whitcomb is beautiful. Quick hands from Courtney Woods.
Absolutely. Woods then could have shot the 3, but she saw Sammy Whitcomb and knew she'd be the better option in that time, in that moment, and gave it up.
Fire crashed the boards again. 3-on-1. They come up with the rebound. Reid against Canada. Zawi B looking for an option. Whitcomb. Back to Zawi B. Froling, roof over the top, and spills to Blitzarves. Hillman tries to get to the hoop. Blitzarves pulls out, and they'll set up through Canada. A couple of options at the corner. They're happy to let Moncon shoot the 3. Whitcomb, little feed. Conti, Hillman, Canada. Just not quite dropping for Melbourne as yet. Against Canada, does she take her on? Roof. Fascinating battle. Real tactical struggle at the moment. Froling against Roof, drives, draws a foul.
The bigs Boomers bigs have been really aggressive here and trying to take, I think they've recognised that as an advantage, taking the other Townsville's bigs off the dribble, and you can see it in play right now. Keeley not settling for that 3 and being super aggressive.
Does the early replacement of Zatina Akuso with 2 fouls play a part in that thinking?
I don't think so. I think they would have come in with a, they would have recognised a mismatch, and they would have thought that taking their other bigs off the dribble would be an advantage. And so I think whoever comes in Zatina's case, then they're going to take them off the dribble as well.
Marching back to 2. Christy Harrell making her WNBL head coaching debut tonight, stepping in for Chris Lucas. And our thoughts with Chris watching in the COVID protocols. Feeling fine, just isolating from the team by way of caution. Here's Cassandra Brown, who has been deadly. The Canadian shooting at 74% from three-point range this year. She's up to now 15 from 20 as Davidson jacks one up at the other end. The go-ahead pass, Zawi B, and Davidson forced a foul and 1. We're seeing the depth of the Fire. They can go with different looks, change things up, and cause some matchup headaches.
We really are. I think you know, Shannon Seaborn, you can obviously tell that he instills his players to know exactly what they're good at, because you see when the players come off the bench and into the game, they know what to do. Like Zoe B, she's on the run, she's trying to outrun Panina, and then when Brown comes in, she's a three-point shooter, she's confident, knocks it down.
Here's Christy Hara on debut. Spoke with Christy in the lead up to the game this evening, and we said, who are we going to be leaning on tonight? Her assistant coach, Hannah Ronan Black, is there to help her. She's a development coach who's been working with the team this year. And then she said Jordan Canada, Nars Hillman, Tara Reid. That timeout brought to you by ctmsport.com.au, experts in sports travel management. Get the edge at CTM Sport. So to have that experience in her lineup, Tess, are obviously great relationships with those players, and we heard the impact of Jordan Canada there.
Yeah, absolutely. As guards, you're an extension of the coach out there on the court, so to have a good relationship is super important. And they were just talking about then the help defense and making sure that the guards fight over the on-ball. Don't just get stuck and hit, keep fighting over the top.
Amy Rocci into the game. Davidson, Canada. Hillman trying to get post position against Brown. Back out to Canada. Shot clock to 5. Here's Davidson going one-on-one with Zawi B, who swats it away. Well done by Amanda Zawi B. A couple of good wins early on Panina Davidson. Reid turns the corner. Back out to Zawi B, who's going to keep shooting that three. Well done by Brown, keeps it alive. Back to Amanda. Now Reid. Trying to put Hillman on skates. Zawi B again. Front iron, scrap from Whitcomb. It'll be a Boomers ball with 1:11 to play in the opening term. They trail by 8. We mentioned their slow starts. Another one tonight.
Christy also spoke about in that timeout about being aggressive and not settling. So I think they're going to try and run some more flow sets here to get some more pressure on the rim.
Davidson. Reid against Woods. Whistle off the ball. Sandra Brown. Speak of role players coming in and doing their job. We knew when she came into the league, the Canadian, that she's an elite three-point shooter, won the NCAA three-point comp in college, and in her senior year shot 44% three-point range, and she's played all over the world, 16 countries, 8 years in Europe, and just the sort of professional veteran you can bring into a team. You know she's going to be a role and set and forget.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Shannon's recognised that in her, and she comes in every time and she's good for threes. She'll offensive rebound for them like we just saw, so that's someone that you know that you can trust and put into the game whenever you sort of need.
Amy Rocci makes the first. Had a delayed start to the season, missed the first 4 games after connecting with Keely Frolling's elbow in practice and suffering a concussion. It's the final minute of the opening term. 7-point lead for Townsville. Hannah and Reid continue their battle. Reid, the little feed through, this time it's Zawi B, who runs into some traffic. Extracts a foul. First. Satana Kuzo with 2 early ones has been on the bench, but again, the ability of an experienced pro like Amanda Zawi B, who's played in 10 countries around the world, can just come straight in and play that role.
Yeah, she can. I think she's a great player coming off the bench, and she knows what she does well as well. She shoots three, she can be really aggressive, and she's super strong, so she does the little things really well.
Makes both free throws. There's Shannon Seabohm. Really pleased with the way his team has been playing. Said they've been a little bit consistent in games, happy to pick up wins, but they've had patches in games where he feels like they've just taken the foot off the gas a little bit. They lead by 9 at the moment. 30 seconds to play in the opening term. Hillman against Roof, draws a crowd, steps off to Davidson. Can't get it to go. The Boomers' opening quarter scoring woes continue. Held to 10 points. Final play here for Reed. Looks for an option. Brown could go herself. Gives it back to Steph. Down to 2. Puts it up. Not quite. Good start from Townsville on the road. It's ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. Thanks to Ford. It's Townsville 19. Boomers 10.
Good shit, good shit. Hey, I love what you're doing out there. Smart defense on Panina too, smart. Woody, you got Cass. Good job, Cass. Hey, right, so we've got to keep playing like with good flow in offense, right? Get through things. If we don't have it, get through to the end. Any spread pick and roll we can play is great, right? With that hard roll. Now, just be mindful, when we play it, and we roll, they're collapsing heavily. So start looking at our hooks and our gaps, right, and read those. If we don't have good things out of them, then get a post catch, right? We've got to continue putting heat on the paint. It's going to open everything up, right? Hey, good job on the boards. We've got to keep cleaning that, and it doesn't just mean these two. Everyone swoop in and get them. If you or you get the rebound, even you, push the break. Right, if you get a defensive board, push the break every time, keep rim running, right? We'll outrun these guys, right? If Panina's still in, right, let's go 31 down for Sammy, right, out of this, right? Good, here we go. Hey, great job. Fire. Yep.
Quarter time, ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. What a play from Courtney Woods. Sammy Whitcomb with the finish. The Fire out to a 9-point lead at quarter time. Thanks to Ford. Tessa Levy, some stats that jump out off the page. The rebounds we spoke about pre-game. 18-11 in favour of the Fire. They've had 5 extra shots, 20 to 15. And you look at the Boomers' field goals, 1 for 15 in that opening term.
Yeah, that makes it tough. They're getting good shots, the Boomers, so I think they should still stick to what they're doing. But Townsville are doing a really great job on the rebounds.
Let's hear what Christy Harrow had to say in the Boomers huddle. Candy was there.
Yeah, in the Boomers huddle, it was all about ball movement. She's pretty happy with what they're doing defensively, limiting them to only 19. But offensively, she's just said we need to be more aggressive and a lot more confident to take those shots.
Tessa Levy, you listened in to Shannon's quarter-time address. What did he have to say?
I did, and he focused mostly on that mid-pick and roll, and when Steph gets downhill, he spoke about Melbourne collapsing in, so to look for the hook passes, which is trying to get it out to the three-point shooters in the wing. So hopefully we see that this quarter. Second-term
action from the boombox. Townsville leading it by 9 points. Here's Reed. Swatted away there by Froling, but it's still alive. Picked off now by Canada. Can the Boomers get something going on offense? They need some shots to drop, and Canada makes that one. Just their second field goal of the night. Woods back the other way, right back at you for 3. Courtney Woods has been electrifying. She's 10 for 14 in the last 3 a bit games from three-point range. 10 for 14, that's almost unheard of.
It is, actually, to be honest. She's so cool, calm and collected. Like, I don't think anything would faze her. So she's very impressive, and she's had a really great WNBL season.
Froling makes a long-range shot. It's back to 7. Can Melbourne unlock some offense in this second term? As Christy Harrow mentioned, their defensive performance was reasonable. They just couldn't get shots to drop. Reed works her way through traffic, can't finish. Davidson comes up with it. Rochi against Whitcomb. Should take on Akuzo. Kicks it back, but straight to Roof. Now the run of Woods. Turns Froling around. And draws a foul.
That's a good take by Woods. She recognised she had a bit of an advantage off the dribble against Keeley, and she got rewarded.
So Courtney Woods just having a career season, really blossoming in her 4th year in the WNBL after a great college career at Northern Illinois, where she was the all-time games and three-point record holder. Made the All-MAC first team in 2020. Played in a championship in 2022 with Townsville. Having a career season this year, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Double her output from last year. Fire up by 8. The league leaders looking to extend that gap at the top of the table and move a step closer to the minor premiership. Canada. Davidson working on Akuzo. Zatina's got 3 fouls. In fact, it's on Whitcomb.
I really thought it was on Zatina.
I think Zatina did too by the look on her face. She spun around and went, oh no.
Yeah.
But it was that little reach in from Sammy. Zatina, the most relieved player at the boombox.
Yeah. I like what Panina did there, though. She recognised that she had Zatina and put the pressure on her to not to foul her.
Biggest player in this undersized Boomers team. Not a lot of height. Zatina at Panina rather at 190 centimetres. She and Hillman with the job tonight and go against the likes of Roof and Akuso and Zawi B. Whitcomb. Canada in her pocket. Big screen, Akuzo then receives, loses the handle. Last touch, Boomers. Physical work there from Zatina Akuzo on Jordan Canada.
I know Zatina can set a mean screen. I've been hit by them before, that's for sure.
Jordan Canada missed 3 games with concussion earlier in the season. Jade Melbourne's tooth lodged in her head. 3 ball from Roof. Too heavy. Reed goes herself. There's Roof at the other end. Well done by Rochi, but then she loses it. Woods to Roof. Akuzo back to Roof. Great touch. She can't finish though. So both teams leaving some points on the table. Partly to do with pressure. Travel called on Reed.
The tempo has been a bit up and down at the moment, so I think we might see Townsville slow it down and get a half-court set and try and be really focused on what sort of shot they want.
Both teams working overtime in defence, making life tough. Not a lot of easy open shots, as you'd expect when it's first versus second. Akuzo to Woods. Pops it over the top to Zatina, and again the Boomers are there to stop that play. Canada now on the burst. Will go herself, lovely touch. And the Boomers working their way back into this one. It's been a good start to the second term. They trailed by 9, they've got it back to 4.
That's come from the Boomers defence too. Their rotations have been amazing.
This timeout brought to you by Cygnett. Great supporters of the WNBL every day in Australia. 57 people diagnosed with breast cancer. So as part of Cygnett's partnership with the league and the McGrath Foundation, Cygnett donating $57 for every 3-pointer scored across the entire round to the McGrath Foundation as we head into the timeout.
Right, like if you go baseline, they switch, keep your dribble. You've got the big, right? When you roll now and get the ball, they're rotating hard. Just catch it and stop. That's all right. Just catch and stop and look first, right? Hey, right? Yeah, we're sweet. Just settle, we're fine, right? Next go, right, let's go, the play we ran against Bendigo, right, the 30 play, right, so go, actually no, let's just go 3, all the way through. If we don't have it, go the post up. Cool with that? Good, here we go, play. Yeah, we're fine, we just got to settle. Yep.
ESPN's WNBL Wednesday, thanks to Ford. It's the Fire by 4 points, early going second term. They led by 9 at the opening change. The Boomers working their way back. Whitcomb, Woods, nice play off the timeout. Ball in the hand of Rochi. Rolling to Canada. Tough finish. Away comes Michaela Roof. Open lane, she takes advantage. Tessie, you're listening into Shannon's timeout. What do you have to say?
I was. He just spoke about being poised when the big gets it on the roll, coming to a 2-foot stop and taking their time. I don't think they need to be in a rush. And then he also spoke about getting through a certain play and then getting it into the post.
Froling makes the 2. Margin sits at 6. Kuzo. Nice work inside again from the Boomers. Froling. Approach the midway point of the second term. 5 led by as much as 10. Boomers biggest lead, just 2 points. Free ball from Reid won't go, but it spills, and Woods keeps it alive. Opportunity for some second chance points here for Townsville. Reid will take on Davidson and then kick it to the corner. Blitzarves. Canada on the move. Will she go herself? Weaves through traffic, can't finish. Off rolling, Townsville ball. Candy Hurts was with Christy Harrower in that last time out.
Sure was, and she was talking all about the rotations. Pretty happy with them forcing turnovers. She said the most important thing now is just to keep running and that high energy throughout.
Townsville by 7 as we hit the midway point of the second term. Reid to Whitcomb. Zawi B cut towards the hoop. Foul called.
You'll notice that Townsville are very methodical in their offences, so they're changing the side of the ball which is on, so they're going second side, third side, and then getting a shot, whereas with the Boomers at the moment, they're sort of going just one side of the court and trying to get a shot up, so I think that's something that they might look to change, is getting it through hands a bit more and getting a better shot.
Christy Harrow is certainly focused on ball movement and trying to avoid getting clogged in the half court by shifting it around, as you said, Tessa. It's quite worked for them so far. 23 shots to 30, so 7 less shots due to the board's dominance of the Fire. +7 on the boards. Waved away, offensive foul.
That's unlucky for Sarah there. That Woods is pretty good for a couple of charges, I think, a game.
Townsville sharing the scoring load. 6 points apiece for Woods, for Whitcomb, and for Zawi B. For the Boomers, Canada. Froling lead the way, Froling with 8. Canada with 7 of their 22 points. They trail by 8 as we head towards halftime. Reid. Woods is good again. Just deadly from long range. Courtney Woods high on confidence. Continuing this incredible shooting run. Margin out to 11. Rochi, Hillman, Blitzarves. Can Melbourne get one to drop? They can. Needed that. They're 3 for 10 now from three-point range. 5 for 14. Margin at 8. Can cause Roof to come towards her. Uses that screen, then kicks it back to Reed. She'll take on Conti. Shot clock to 5. Tries to blow past. Feeds it through to Woods. Off the ball against Monconti.
You see, Steph almost took that three-pointer and just sort of settled, but instead she put it on the floor and tried to make something happen, and she made the refs put their whistle in their mouth and got a foul call.
Just turns the corner, too easy. Marching back to double figures.
The Boomers are getting stuck with on balls, so I think Christy might be looking to change something up in the second half.
Chris Lucas sitting out tonight. He's in the COVID protocols. Christy Wallace also. Frolling into some traffic. Has it knocked away. Good D again from Townsville. Trouble. Big trouble. Courtney Woods is automatic. Came into the game tonight, white hot, 9 from her last 13 3-point attempts. Tonight, she continues that run. She's 3 for 4, so she's made 12 of her last 16. Here's Christy Harrower.
Who's on you, Naz? We're going to blitz Reed one. See how it goes. One time blitz her because she keeps getting down the hoop, right? Like down the lane. We can't have that. They're getting too many easy baskets. I want to go 5 for a kickback. All right? 5 for a kickback. Go normal. Kickback for her. Keep you out. Go 5 the kickback. But I'm going to trap her on the first blitz here, okay? Like blitz her on the first pick and roll action, okay? But don't leave Wood.
So +7 the Boomers, -7 rather the Boomers on the rebound count. But it's the points to the paint at the moment. 14-6 in favour of Townsville. It's the difference.
Yeah, it is. And Christy just touched on it then. They're going to blitz Steph Reed here on the on ball. So I believe that'll be a trap. So when they have the offensive transition, I hope you'll see that first up. And then they've got no help as well, she spoke about. So they need to make sure that they help and don't just let their teammate leave them out to dry.
Candy was listening to Shannon and the Fire.
All about rebounds with Shannon's timeout this time. He said good job, but he really wants them to just keep that focus on limiting fouls. We've seen a lot this game so far, so that makes sense.
Canada, Conti. Can't get the 3-ball to drop. Conti none for 4 from long range so far tonight. Foul on Amanda Zawi B, her second. Melbourne get something going here in the last 3 minutes of the half. Reduce this lead. It was 9 at quarter time. They got it back to 4 before the Fire stabilised the situation again. Inbound off the foot of Brown. Reset.
I love Townsville's communication here. You can see on the baseline, the ball's not even in play yet, and they're pointing, directing, helping.
Gilman misses the open shot. It's kind of been the story for Melbourne. Got some good looks tonight, but they're 3 for 17 from the field. They've made 3 field goals in almost a half of basketball. Reed to Woods. Whitcomb. Reed again, the hustle to keep it alive. My apologies, 6 field goals the Boomers have made, 6 for 28. Still shooting well below
There's the trap that Christy spoke about in her timeout.
Canada the beneficiary. Timeout called as margin back to 11 points. Here's another look. Jordan Canada leading the way with 9 points for Melbourne. Courtney Woods has got 12 for Townsville on the back of 3 for 4 shooting from long range. Listening to Shannon Seabom and the Townsville Fire.
You got it. Great job, mate. Great job. Great job. Good job, right? Hey, let's go. Next though, play out of strong, right? Strong. So now, right? So Steph set the screen for Cass, right? Well, it doesn't matter if it's you or you who come off, right? You pop, so if they jump, if they play aggressive, Cass is popping, right? Throw it to Steph. Now set your angle. Again, they'll come out aggressive on the flat, left, short. So then we've got 2 options and then we play and Cass is the shooter on the next pass. Does that make sense? Right, beautiful. Hey, we're fine. I just called that to break their flow straight away, right? Hey, right, stay locked in, right, we're all good. Here we go. Fire. Good job, buddy.
So momentum timeout from Shannon Seabom.
Yeah, it was. And he just wanted, I think, to settle the group. And then he's tried to be very specific on what they're going to run next. So it should end up with a Brown 3 at the end of it.
That timeout brought to you by Ford Aussie Hoops, the perfect introduction to the world of basketball for kids aged 5 to 10. Visit AussieHoops.basketball to register. So just over 2 minutes remaining in the opening half. ESPN's WNBL Wednesday, thanks to Ford. 5-11. What duo they are, throwing Woods at Akuzo, and they've got some in-form players. Slight fumble over the top, beautifully weighted pass. Akuzo's got some work to do. Good D there from the Boomers. Away comes Sarah Blitzarves. 1 for 5 tonight from the field, Sarah, yet to really find her range. Off to Canada, who's been the main offensive threat. 9 for her, 8 for Froling. Hillman. She take the 3, she goes back to Froling. Long range ball won't go, and Woods will come away with it. So the Boomers now 7 for 30 from the field. Fire of 13 from 35, make it 14 from 36 as Brown lays in another 2. Final minute of the opening half. Canada and Reid continue, and well done, Steph Reid. Wins that little battle. She's got Brown, or she can go herself. She'll swing it to Whitcomb. Boomers ball. Brown wanted the call, and so did Shannon Seabom.
I think Christy will be looking to get a bit of a flow offense, try and change sides, get it through hands, and not a quick shot here.
Conti, Froling, and Nas makes one. He's up to 4 points. Nas Hillman, 13 a game this season. Akuzo, size advantage, but it's whisked away from Conti. Final play for Melbourne if they want it. They'll go quick and score. So time for Whitcomb to come back the other way. Foul called. In fact, no foul, is it? The whistle has gone on Hillman against Akuzo.
I love that from Townsville. Clearly, Melbourne were nearly almost going to score here, and they did by the creation of Mon Conti, a great pass. But then Zatina put the pressure on them down the other end to get back in D-trans.
And an unsportsmanlike is the call from Nas Hillman. Frustrated Jordan Canada.
Come on, Blue Box, you know what you got to do.
That's the first. the second. And the Townsville ball with 4 seconds left. So the worst possible result for Melbourne here. Chance for Townsville to make it a 5-point play. 4 seconds on the clock. Woods the inbound. Goes to Reed. Conti shoulder to shoulder. Foul called. Steph will go to the line because they're in the bonus. And these last 5 seconds have gone horribly wrong for Melbourne.
Step Reed to the line. Boomsticks, everybody. Boomsticks.
Love seeing two competitors go at it. I absolutely love watching that.
Once again.
3 seconds to play and the margin back out to 13. Canada. Half-court shot. Is short. And Townsville will head to the main break with a 13-point lead. It's the 5:44, the Boomers 31. They led by 9 points at quarter time and won that second term 25 points to 21. Christy Harrower in the hot seat tonight for Melbourne, making her WNBL coaching debut. Chris Lucas and Christy Wallace both in COVID protocols for Melbourne. It's Townsville by 13 points at the half. And Candy is with the white-hot Courtney Woods.
Courtney, that was a real up and down tempo from both teams. It seems like there's a lot of pressure out there. How do you get the tempo back on your terms for this next half?
Yeah, it's hard playing here. It's very loud, so we just kind of got to focus on our own game, just try and listen to each other out there. But Melbourne's a really good team, so we knew it was going to be tough, and we're just trying to carry that into the second half.
It is really loud here in the boombox. It's very hard to hear coaches in timeouts as well. You did manage to limit them to 10 that first quarter. Well done with that. What are you going to replicate now in this second half?
Yeah, I think we got to continue to keep them off the boards. They're a huge team across all five, so just trying to keep doing that, trying to keep Naz and Keeley and Blickharves all out of the game, and then just trying to put points on the other end. Yeah, it's a tough team, so we've got to play well, so hopefully we can keep going.
Good luck. I hope you can hear a bit more this next half.
Awesome.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you.
Half-time at the Boombox in Melbourne. It's the Phi leading it by 13 points. Coming up, our WNBL Wednesday halftime show, thanks to Ford. And as we head to the break, here's our top 5 plays from round 10.
Sam?
So again, Michaela Roof just doing her job. Hasn't scored. She's 0 from 6 from the field, but she's had 10 rebounds.
Yeah, that's huge.
So she'll contribute somehow, right? It's not her night shooting, but she's just pulling down boards.
And that's a vet's knowledge of the game, I reckon. Yeah.
Still finding ways to contribute. It mightn't be your night offensively, but then you just go and contribute some other way.
And you would never know that she's not hitting shots.
No,
She still just
I
plays the
must
same
admit, I looked at that and just went,
Yeah.
none for 6, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But she just has the same demeanour,
Yep.
doing the same things.
Ball movement's the major issue for the Boomers, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Offensively,
It's getting
just
stuck.
And they don't get enough, like the likes of, I just don't think they, like, Sarah Blitzarves just doesn't get enough shots.
Yeah, absolutely.
She had 5 shots in the first half. They just don't, she's just not getting involved enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's every week. It sort of feels like she could do more.
And she's playing in the, she was playing in the 3 a lot of that quarter. And so she would have had like a Sammy Whitcomb or a Courtney Woods on her, which is an advantage. But the problem is I think they're not getting a high-low from the other big. They're trying to feed it from a guard. So the defence, the help comes from a big then. So what you sort of want to do offensively there.
You shouldn't play anymore. And I just remember Mum coming home from work and I had the piece of paper in my hand. I was like, no way, like this is happening again. Especially after the season I had just had. And so then I just started crying even more.
Manga Kahia probing, assessing her options. 6 seconds, goes herself. Manga Kahia.
Tiana Mangakahia described herself as a former professional basketball player at her age, where she should just be coming into her prime, and just lit up the WNBL in the time that we got to see her, and just heartbreaking to know that she's now battling breast cancer once again. It's year 2 of a fantastic initiative from the Sydney Flames, their second pink hoops game. Last year it raised more than $20,000 for the McGrath Foundation, and Candy Hertz, this year they've taken it to another level.
They absolutely have. The inaugural year was last year. They managed to raise a massive $20,000 for the McGrath Foundation. That goes towards that aim, like Tiana was just telling us, to have 250 breast care nurses by 2025. This year, Tiana herself has said she is hoping they can double that. The good news is it is a double header this time, so it might be possible. Pink Hoops double header is happening this Sunday. The whole Hoops Capital family are involved. So that's the Sydney Flames and the Sydney Kings. Not only are they playing their matches wearing their warm-up T-shirts like the one I'm wearing now and beautiful pink jerseys that have been made specifically for Tiana, but they're also going to be having lots of activations around the day, some education and some fun as well. It is all about raising as much money as possible. $40,000 is what Tiana's hoping they will get to. If you can get down there in your pink outfits, that would be fantastic to have this beautiful sea of pink supporting Tiana and those going through breast cancer. If you aren't able to get to the game, no problems. Lots of different ways that you can get involved. Jump on the website, use all the details on the screen as well, and you will be able to support as well. We're sending all our love to Tiana Mangakahia. She is now the assistant coach of the Flames, and we absolutely love her.
Thanks, Candy. There's an opportunity there. Scan the QR code on your screen. Donate today to the Pink Hoops game, supporting the McGrath Foundation and Tiana Mangakahia. It is half-time at the Boombox. It's the Fire in control. They jumped out to a 9-point lead at the first change. The Boomers fought back early in the second term, got it back to within 4 points, Tessa Lavey, before Townsville settled again.
Yeah, they did. Townsville did a really good job of taking away the momentum swings and creating really good shots for each other. So I think that's something that they do really well. And they took away Canada. She was really aggressive in the first, but they took that away. And then the Boomers sort of just got the ball stuck a little bit. So I would like to see them move the ball around a little bit more in the second half.
Yeah, what can they do? What will Christy be saying in specifics of things they can do to get players, maybe like Sarah Blitzarves, more involved? Had just the 5 shots in the first half.
Yeah, so Sarah's so amazing. She's so versatile. She plays from the 2 to the 5. So I think that's an advantage that they can look to a little bit more. And sometimes they'll get a post up with Sarah, necessarily with like a Whitcomb or a Woods. And, you know, I think Sarah's such an unselfish player at times to her detriment that, yeah, she'll be looking, I think, to step up in this second half. And I think Christy will look to that as well, just looking at that advantage and then using it.
We looked at the rebound count pre-game and mentioned how important it was at half-time. It's +5 to the Fire, 27-22. They've had +6 points in the paint. And the shooting percentage, a big one. Fire going at 36.8. Melbourne just at 27 at the moment. 14-point lead. Courtney Woods, well, we spoke about how white-hot she is. She came into the game tonight. 9 for 13 from her last 3 games from long range. And tonight, she's just continued that form. She's 3 for 4. And what a weapon she's become.
She is a weapon. That is the exact right word. I think she contributes on both ends of the floor too. She takes charges. She's always directing in defence as well. So then leave her open and she knocks down that 3.
It's a great point you make about the defence. Shannon Seabohm telling us this week she's getting more minutes as a result of her improved defence this year. You can leave her out on the floor because she's more versatile at both ends.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think she has that length. So she's got almost all the tools that she needs to be really successful, and you can see that now that she's put in the work, and it's very exciting for her.
Part 2 tonight of a Wednesday night doubleheader, another one here through January on ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. Early tonight at Red Energy Arena in Bendigo, it was the Spirit with one of their performances of the season. They flew out of the blocks, 33 points in the opening term. They led by 18 at quarter time, and that set up a fantastic win. They led by 21 at the final change and went on to win by 28 points, 96-68. And Tessa, the thing that really jumped out at us off the stat sheet, 11 of their 12 players hit the scoreboard. They put on 96 points, and their highest was Abby Werung with 18.
Yeah, it was incredible. I think Kennedy were really happy with that output, and I think they had something like 31 assists as well. So they'll be looking to use that form and move forward with that now for the rest of the season.
And a critical win for them. It keeps their finals hopes alive. They're lurking in 6th place within a couple of games of the top 4 that will progress to the finals, with plenty of basketball still to come. Well, that wraps up our WNBL Wednesday halftime show. Thanks to Ford. It's the Fire up by 14 points at the main break. Third quarter action from the Boombox next. ESPN's WNBL Wednesday, thanks to Ford. Round 11 action coming from the boombox. First versus second, and it's the league leaders up by 14 points as we start the third term. Townsville 44, Melbourne 30. And the Boomers get something going, some offensive flow in this third term. Canada, Rochi steps inside, tough finish, won't go. Off hands, Townsville ball. Kayla Roof. We've spoken about what a glue player she is. None for 6 from the field tonight, Tessa, so not her night shooting-wise, but she's gone down the other end and pulled down 10 boards. Just finds a way to get involved.
She does, and that's something that she does so well. You wouldn't know that she's not scoring because she just plays the same way every single time, and that's a credit to her.
Finds ways to make her team better. Here she is with the ball in hand right now, off to Reed. Rochi's got the job on her at the moment. Here is Michaela, the feed inside, Akuzo, lovely inside-outside ball movement. Shot won't drop. Important minutes here for Melbourne. Can they make a move? Can they get the game on their terms? Really, for the first time tonight, they had a little bit of second quarter dominance early. Got within 4 points again, but since then, it's been Townsville pretty comfortably in control. Roof winning the shots here to Woods. Back to Michaela Roof. Hillman comes across. Off hands. Melbourne ball. Watching. Arms calls for it in the post. Heads in that direction. Has the mismatch on Whitcomb. Help defence from Roof was enough to pressure the shot.
I think the Boomers have to think about just chipping away at this lead of Townsville's and playing some really good defence.
Woods to Whitcomb. Away comes Canada. Can they get some shots to drop in the second half? Inside, Hillman establishes body contact on Reed and one.
That was nice, Melbourne. They had the recognition early that Hillman had an advantage on Reed deep and got it into her.
Nice Hillman. 23-year-old from Cleveland. Great college career at Michigan. 5 years there, the first male or female player to 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. And then went to the WNBA with Atlanta and had the most rebounds by a rookie for that franchise. Margin sits at 11. Whitcomb. Woods to the corner. Reed over the top, inside now. Kuzo versus Blitzarves. Well done, Zatina. Lovely ball movement again from Townsville. That electrifying first step. Froling thought about it. Now goes against Roof. Tough finish, she makes it. Not much more Michaela Roof could do there. Woods, Whitcomb. Lovely from Sammy. Enough pressure from Rochi. Good start here for the Boomers.
Yeah, really good start for the Boomers. They've got some good shots. Some of them haven't dropped, but they've actually made second, third side with their ball movement, got it through hands, and they're getting some good shots from that.
Need to make it count on the scoreboard. Trail by 14 at the half, lead now 11 for Townsville. Can get on a roll and score quickly. Need a couple of hot hands. Will it be Blitzarves to get more involved? Front iron there. Sarah now 1 for 7 tonight. Reed to Roof, to Woods. Akuzo back to Reed. Expansive pass. Roof could have gone herself. Instead, she steps inside for the 2. Whitcomb against Canada. Sammy comes up with it. And draws a foul in the process.
You heard him, Sammy, sorry, I don't know if you guys heard it at home, but when Ruth caught that ball on the wing, she's like, shoot the ball. And then she obviously didn't. Created a play, got it up, got the rebound. But it just shows that Sammy's such a leader out in the court and so fun, so vocal.
A super player. 35 years of age, originally from Ventura, California, through Washington, Germany, the Rockingham Flames. 5 years at the Lynx. The first season at the Fire under Shannon Seabohm, chasing that elusive title. A couple of WNBA championships to her name as well. She's had a phenomenal career. Froling tried the bounce pass to Davidson. It was picked off by Akuzo. Woods to Akuzo up the other end. Just like that, it's back to 15.
Zatina's touch around the rim is so impressive for a big, especially running at full speed. She gets it on the run and then can finish with that soft touch. It's really nice to watch.
Reed knocks it away from Canada. Boomers on the edge right now, trailing by 15. Canada harassed again. Whitcomb and Reed making life difficult. Froling provides a screen. Canada carves her way through, can't finish. Big board there from Keeley, and she does finish. Second chance points for Melbourne, just their 5th of the night. Akuzo spins on Davidson. Peter fouls her in the process. Second on Davidson.
Substitution for the Boomers.
Tina Akuzo, 25 years of age, just coming into her prime in her 6th year rather in the Townsville system. Having a career season. We've known for many years that she's a special talent, Tessa, and it's great to see it all coming together.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Zatina works so hard. It's just nice to see her get reward for how much effort she puts in, and you're right, she's having a career best season, and she's going to play a very big role moving forward for the Townsville Fire.
And for the Opals.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly right. Zatina is someone that she just suits the international game.
The Opals squad, incidentally, for the Rio qualifying tournament in February. Selectors in discussions at the moment, finalising that squad. It'll be released early to mid next week.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a part of that selection process because I reckon it'd be pretty hard. We have a very talented WNBL and an Australian women's basketball.
Watching a Froling, it is going to be fascinating. There's injury clouds and question marks over half a dozen in that squad. How many of those do you risk taking to a tournament in Brazil? All to be revealed in the coming days. That foul there. Zawi B on Froling.
1.3.
So just under 5 minutes remaining in the third. Floor maintenance in the corner there. Zatina showing her versatility, taking it into her own hands. Margin sits at 14. The Fire been in control of this one virtually from the outset. Can Melbourne turn things around and find a way? These two teams will meet again on Saturday night. Davidson for 3, makes it.
Oh, that's a coach killer for Townsville. Just, they had, what, 1 second on the shot clock, and Zoe B just fell asleep a little bit, unfortunately, and Panina was catching and
Doesn't put up a lot. 3 for 6 now, though, this season, going at 50%, Panina.
Why not? Get her the ball. Look at that. Beautiful.
And a critical basket gets them back within 11 again. Can they find some momentum and get the crowd at the boombox involved? Every time they've looked to rally tonight, Townsville's just shut the door on their fingers quickly. Reed to Whitcomb. Roof will come across. Back to Steph. Davidson confronts her. That leaves Roof open in the corner. Great scrap. Wonderful hustle there from Courtney Woods. It looked like, for all money, it was going to be a Boomers ball. Courtney commits the body. Great hustle play. The jump ball and possession arrow is Townsville's. When we talk about the importance of momentum, Tessa, and critical plays like that, just as Melbourne are trying to build something, just keeps the ball out of their hands that little bit longer.
Yeah, for sure, and you know what you're going to get with Courtney Woods. She's always going to put her body on the line if the ball's in dispute, so you love to see that as a coach.
Leads the game for Townsville with Sammy Whitcomb both on 12 points, 11 for Akuzo, so again they're spreading the load so effectively.
That's what makes a great team. You never know who's going to have a night, and when they share the load, you just don't know who to stop because everyone contributes.
Zawi B draws a foul. It's third for Panina. So 3 on Hillman, 3 on Davidson. 2 biggest players in this Boomers lineup.
Townsville are doing a good job with the balance of getting it inside but also getting it on the outside, and they know what advantage they have right there in front of them, and they go to that. They don't force anything.
Davidson stays out there. 4 minutes to play in the third. Whistle goes. And Zawi B takes the opportunity to retire shoot. Might be a clock issue. Sorting out.
But now we've adjusted it for 21 seconds.
Frolling with the inbound. She being pressured by Whitcomb. And Canada. Oh, that's tough. Wouldn't quite go. She gets her own board, though, Jordan Canada. She go again against Reed. It's been an engaging battle. Froling, can she get hot from long range? Front iron. And Reed comes up with it. It's got Brown to the outside. We'll reset. Woods. Good ball movement. Brown, lovely closeout from Froling. Time's now for Melbourne to start making a move. They've got to eat into this deficit. Give themselves a chance to come running home in the final term as Canada hits the floor and draws a foul.
That was great defense by Keeley. She knows Brown's a three-point shooter and closed out long to her and got the block, and then set a great screen there to get Canada getting on the rim.
First foul on Courtney Woods. Canada feeds Froling. Slapped away by Zawi B. Froling wanted the foul. Ref waves all away. Here's another look. It's the other arm.
Yeah.
The ref didn't spot it.
No. It was just a little sneaky hold on the side there.
Froling to Canada. Waved away, offensive foul as she tried to clear space on Reed.
I think Melbourne here will look to get 2 or 3 stops in a row and then get some really good offenses down the other end, and they need their defense to create their offense. They're just getting stuck in the half court at the moment.
Reed to Whitcomb. Now Brown over the top. Zawi B against Davidson. Beautiful finish. Lovely touch from Amanda Zawi B. Marching back to 15 and then picked off. Will Whitcomb set the feet and go herself? Takes on Froling, adds 2 more. And the Fire are rolling.
That is so nice by Sammy, just creating her own shot.
It's the league leaders in control. They lead it by 17. ESPN's WNBL Wednesday, thanks to Ford.
We've got Charlotte Isaac having a race here. A race to go to first one to meet me back in the middle.
Really good. Hey, on offense, go horns out with Cass coming, right? Horns out with Cass coming, and then I want to stay in 2 stack as well with Cass coming to set it. Just get there earlier, yep, right? Hey, be aggressive off the on ball. It opens everything up, right? Hey, right? Great last 2.5 minutes. Let's go.
Here we go. Melbourne. Hey, match-up zone. Match-up zone. Match-up zone. It's a match-up zone.
Townsville Fire win tonight, moves them a step closer to back-to-back minor premierships. They lead by 17 points. They're 2 games clear of the field right now. They play Melbourne again on Saturday night in game 3 of this series. Melbourne taking the first game just before Christmas. So a chance for Townsville to level that 3-game series up this evening. Wickham almost comes up with the steal. Ref set off the knee.
Listening to Shannon there, they're going to try and get Cass Brown in a few actions to try and get some shots down the offensive end.
So deadly as well, like Courtney Woods in fantastic shooting form. Canada just been harassed tonight. No time and space. And she's stripped again. Away comes Whitcomb. Does she go at Conti? She feeds Zoe B. Well done, Reed. It'll remain a Townsville ball. Just so well drilled, the Fire. Ball from Terrell Reed. Whitcomb from the corner. Reed taps it to Conti. Critical 2 minutes here for Melbourne. They trail by 17. There's that hesitation and explosion from Canada.
So smooth, so smooth.
Home team come up with a couple of stops late. Roof, it's just not her night at the shooting end. She's had such a massive influence defensively. Melbourne ball after that jump ball called. So Michaela Roof, none for 10 from the field, but she's had 12 rebounds at the other end. There's that move from Canada. Nice hesitation. And then that first couple of steps of hers is just electrifying.
It is. I mean, the way she can change direction and then her speed as well. And in transition, that's tough to get in front of.
Melbourne finds something that works for them and then keep going back to it for a little while to find some relatively easy points. Everything's been a grind for them at the offensive end tonight. Reed, Froling. Feels like someone needs to get hot here and they can use them. Maybe it's Froling. Reed from long range. 6-1. Back to 12.
The Boomers have switched into a zone here, so instead of being man-on-man there.
What a play from Roof. Zoe B had it ripped away. That would have been one of the assists of the season. Unbelievable vision and skill from Michaela Roof. Big moment here for Melbourne. Canada can't finish. Zoe B. Smart play off Froling. Retains possession for the Fire. Melbourne just haven't been able to string together those multiple baskets to get on a run tonight.
Yeah, they haven't, but I like the change that they've done here, going into a zone, try and disrupt them, because at the moment Townsville are sort of getting the shots they want, whereas this is going to make them think a little bit and get hopefully a different shot, not the one that they want. Good
defensive performance this term from Melbourne. They've locked down just the 13 points for Townsville so far in this term. Reed, magnificent feed, and again defensively the Boomers are there. Melbourne saying it was last touch, Townsville. Here's another look. She does get the last touch away, Zoe B. But it will be a Townsville ball.
What a nice pass by Steph Reed.
Zoe B. Brown down to 2. 1 second. Cass Brown can't get the shot away. Great defensive stop from Melbourne. 12.5 seconds to play in this third term. Could they get it back within 10? Give themselves something to target in this final term.
12 seconds is a long time, so they'll take their time. and get to hopefully take the last shot of this quarter.
Canada can't make it. Roof comes away, and at three-quarter time, the Fire's still in control. They lead it by 12. It's Townsville 57, Boomers 45. ESPN's WNBL Wednesday, thanks to Ford.
It's a matchup, okay? So if they set square picks, you need to talk. If they set any square picks in our matchup zone, I'd rather the guard fight over and big stay with big, okay?
If they set a middle screen, what do you want to do?
Wide it. And if they set an on-ball screen over here, stay with downs, okay? I think that'll work. Yeah. I want to run a chest action. And I want to run it for frogs, okay? So T, I'm taking Z out of here. So P, you're here, okay? So throw it to Jordan. Down pick this. That, right? And then I want to back pick that, okay? So we want to get Keely off this first. If the action doesn't happen, then I want to back pick that to get that to T, okay? And then we just play out of it, all right? You good with that? Yeah. Keep getting stops, okay? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Sammy Whitcomb, and this is Harper.
And I'm Steph Reed, and this is Frankie.
And we're here with Ford Aussie Hoops, and we're gonna go have some fun. Here we go.
Here we go.
Grab a ball.
Ooh.
I want this one. That's the bunny ball.
I wanted that one.
Go. Whoa, you're so young.
Whoa.
Here you go.
Whoa. Shoot it.
Nice.
Oh. What's your favorite thing about basketball?
I think one of my favorite things about basketball is getting to play on a team with the group and like working towards one common goal with that group. I think that's really rewarding.
Yeah.
What is your favorite routine?
Favorite routine before a game? I nap like a nana.
She can.
Yeah.
That is so impressive.
Go.
Bang, bang. Oh,
easy.
yeah. That's
Easy
so
money.
easy. You guys are great. Did you learn that at Aussie Hoops?
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, swish. Thank you guys so much for shooting with us, hanging out, drawing.
Good job.
You guys are fantastic.
Job.
Love it. Aussie Hoops got some good ones.
Look at that.
Oh, get out of here.
Thanks to Ford Aussie Hoops. Ford, great supporters of WNBL Wednesdays on ESPN. If you've got youngsters aged 5 to 10, log on and register. They'll have a ball, except if they're being defended by Steph Reed, who'll still give them nothing with the big rejection there. It is three-quarter time at the Boombox. It's the Fire leading it by 12 points as we start the final term. Much better defensive performance from Melbourne in the third term. They've got to turn the tap on and get the points flowing in their direction, though.
They do, and the Boomers are going to stick with this matchup zone. And they also spoke about how they're going to defend the on-balls against the zone.
Help D from Reed. You see them take advantage. It was patient from Townsville, and they come up with the opening points of the final term. Margin back out to 14. We're joined by Tessa Levy this evening. Candy Hertz courtside for this first versus second clash, which the Fire have been in control of for most of the evening. Whistle off the ball. Foul on Whitcomb. Her second of the evening. There's that teamwork we spoke of. Roof back to Akuzo. Identified Reed being drawn to the ball carrier. Took advantage. Canada. Froling getting busy in the third. Canada looking for support. Here's Reed. Sunk one in the third. Sinks another now. Just when Melbourne needed it most.
Love that by Reed. been super aggressive.
Woods to Reed at the other end. This is Steph. Puts it on the floor against Davidson. Akuzo just crashes the glass. She's up to 15 points. Satina having another fantastic night. Canada, foul called on Reed. Be her third. Satina Akuzo, what a season she's having. Averaged 9 points and 7 points a game in her last couple of seasons. This year she's up to 14 or 12 points a game on average. Tonight she's already got 15. Just that extra output, just finding ways to get those extra 3 or 4 baskets a game and have a real impact. Been outstanding. Canada thought about giving it to Hillman. Stripped away again. Well done, Townsville. It's been relentless tonight. Woods, nice step on Canada. Rare miss for Courtney. Melbourne need to string together some multiple baskets, get on a run here. Froling. Just have not been able to come up with that big shot that gets the crowd out of their seats. Margin still at 13.
Boomers still in this zone. They've actually been really disruptive with it, so I like the option to stay with it as well.
They come up with a steal here. So they've got the defensive end of the floor under control, but it's the offense. They need to score. That's been the problem. Because Townsville's D has been completely smothering once again. It's 18-17 Melbourne's way since the half. Points have been hard to come by all night. Reed to Roof. Michaela will keep shooting. None for 11. Reed trying to carve through Reed. Sticks to it and scores.
She's trying to make things happen, and I love that. Sometimes when it's stagnant on the offensive end, you just need to trust your instincts and go for it.
Stepping up early in this last term. Steph thought about Akuzo. Back out to Whitcomb, now over the top to Satina. And a stop for the Boomers. Plenty of time remaining, 7 minutes to play. Margin sits at 11.
There is so much time. So what the Boomers will look here to do is not rush and try and make that 11 points up really quickly. They need to be methodical about it.
Gutzarves thought about the give. Goes instead to Canada. There's that pressure again from Reed. It's been blanketing. Jordan loses her footing. And Roof comes up with it. And then hits the floor. The trip, and Michaela hits the floor hard.
The basketball court is not forgiving either. I hope she is all right.
Tangle of feet with Keely Froling. Fortunately didn't hit her head on the way down, but landed pretty heavily on that hip and the elbow. The pro's pro, Michaela Roof. Sort of player every coach loves to have in their team. Does all the little things well, all the difference makers. Woods. Here is Roof. Reed around Akuzo. Goes herself. Again, the composure from Townsville in these big moments when Melbourne are trying to get something moving all night long. The Fire have just been able to close the door.
Yeah, they have. And Townsville is a team that if you stay in the one defense for too long, they'll work it out, and like Steph just did, they'll get an easy layup out of it. So you almost want to keep mixing up your defenses to keep them guessing, keep them thinking.
Feels like that's the way home for Melbourne. Get hot from long range and start draining some threes. Froling gets them back to 10. Keely up to 16 points now. Canada has 11. At the other end, it's 15 for Akuzo. A chance for 2 more here. She'll go out to Reed. Around to Whitcomb. Great closeout, Canada. The Boomers have kept fighting all season long when they've been down in games, Tessa. It's been in their DNA. They've just found ways to just keep grinding, hang around and make a late run.
They have, and that's why they're second on the ladder right now.
Pinched a few that they could have easily dropped.
Absolutely, and the calibre of players that they have there, they're not going to drop their heads if they're 10 to 15 points down. They're going to grind out, and they know how to win games. So it's exciting to watch, and it's good for the league.
And conversely, we've seen the composure and discipline of Townsville all night long. Just so systematic, so well drilled. Roof, long ball. Canada wants to put some speed on. Goes through Roof. No whistle. Away comes Whitcomb. Quick turn to the head to Shannon to see what he wants to call. Woods against Blitzarves. Goes baseline. Sarah's got it covered. Feeds it through nicely and Reed finishes.
Great cut by Steph. She saw that Woods was stuck underneath the basket and just made a move.
So effective when they get out in front, Townsville. Once again, they're just disciplined and composed. No panic, stick to the system. Blitzarves tried to get it to Hillman. It's off the leg of Woods, so it'll remain a Melbourne ball. 3.6 left on the clock. Froling. Roll off hands. Boomers get a fresh 14.
I liked that by Froling. She was really aggressive. She knew they only had 3 seconds, but then attacked the offensive board too.
And we look to cut to the hoop. That was covered, so Blitzarves back to Canada. Jordan draws a crowd. Froling. Front iron. And again, Steph Reed will just slow things down. The clock, their friend, with 4.5 to play. Plenty of time for Melbourne if they can get hot. But Townsville happy to just, you mentioned Tessa, slow the tempo, get it back on their terms, control the pace of the game.
Yeah, they don't need Boomers to be able to force them to play a really high-tempo game. They're in control of this game, and they know that.
Froling keeps it alive. Yeah, the less possessions from here on in, the better for Townsville. No rush whatsoever. Woods to Whitcomb. Kuzo. Courtney. Off Satina, and they keep it alive again. Reed to Kuzo. Satina up to 17 points on 8 of 10 shooting. They've got her in a good positions. They've found her tonight, and she's finished.
They have, and it's a credit to her because she sets great screens, as you see there, and then she rolls. And the guard's got to help. That's tough. Great job.
We'll listen in to Christy Harrow, who's sitting in tonight for Chris Lucas, who's missing the game due to COVID protocols. Let's take inside the Melbourne huddle.
If you can't do it, tell me, I'll take you out. All right? Dig deep for 3. Here we go. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Stay in, actually, one time, go 1. One time, if it works, just stay in 1. Man to man. Hey, I want another 42 rip for T. Heels, you said it, because then you can pop for your 3 on the down, okay? Yeah, here we go.
14-point game, just over 3.5 to play. Satina Kuzo has 17 points, career high of 21. 14 for Whitcomb, 12 for Woods, 11 for Reed, 10 for Zawi B. It just shows how they've spread the load tonight. 5 players in double figures for Melbourne, 16 for Froling, 11 for Canada, and 9 for Hillman.
Listening in on Christie's timeout as well. she just simplified it for them. She's like, give me 3 minutes. So expect to see high energy, high effort here from the Boomers in the next 3 minutes.
These two teams play again Saturday night. So the Boomers will want to finish this game out strongly no matter what happens in the final analysis. That's a foul on Canada, and she will shoot 3. Foul on Reid, her 4th personal foul. So she'll head over to Shannon Seebohm. He's happy to keep her out there with a 14-point lead. Happy to just keep the pressure on. This from Jordan, Canada.
And if you're the Boomers on the other end, you'd try and get Steph in as many actions as possible and draw that 5th foul.
She misses both. She's got one more to come. Some frustration on her face. 71% from the free throw line this season. Only 1 of 3 there. So margin back to 13. Reid on Reid. There's that pass to Akuzo, outside to Woods. Away comes Froling. Can the Boomers get a bit of speed and fluency on their offense? That'll be high on the agenda for the rematch on Saturday night. Canada draws a foul, but it doesn't drop.
That's Reid's 5th, too, I believe.
Steph out of the game with just under 3 minutes to play. Jordan Hewitt just gets a slightly off balance, initiates the contact. Steph will sit down. Job well done from Steph Reid again. 11 points tonight, 7 assists.
She's made a massive impact on the defensive end as well, though. Not only does she contribute in points and assists, but defensively she's done a good job on Canada.
This timeout brought to you by your local Ford dealer, proudly supporting community basketball in Australia. Here's Shannon Seebohm.
Hey, right, remember 2 down? Remember 2 down? No. So, like Sammy, right? We go to the corner, we run through, we go into the handoff, right? We come off the ball screen, now we go and down screen Sammy, play out of that, right? And get you back into the angle pick and roll, right? Hey, on defense here, you've got Canada, right? Hey, she's got Canada, right? We will black, right? 2 through 5. Black, black, black. Yep, right? But normal, hey, normal with Sammy, black 2 through 5, go under every screen, right? Stop, we go.
So it's been a good defensive performance from Melbourne. Chris Lucas and Christy Harrow will be pleased with holding the fire to 67 points with just under 3 minutes to play. Townsville averaging 83 a game this season. So at that end of the floor, it's been positive. It's the offensive side that the Boomers are going to need to work on, Tessa. They're averaging 74 points a game, but so far tonight, just 54.
Yeah, I think the first half, they struggled a lot and they kept the ball on the one side, but you saw in the second half, and which is where they've been really competitive, is they moved the ball, got it through hands, and they got good shots, and they weren't settling for shots. So hopefully they see that little blueprint there and take that into Saturday night's game.
Niles comes up with a rebound. Canada for 3. Off hands. Picked off by Brown. So solid across the board, Townsville. Incredible depth. Role players perfectly suited to the roles they've been assigned. Clarity. Norman tries to knock it away from Akuzo. Back to Woods. Shot clock to 4. There's that ball inside to Akuzo. Couldn't control it on this occasion. We're singing the praises of Zatina Akuzo. She's just working in so well with the likes of Reid and Whitcomb and Woods, who do so much of their best work from around the arc. To have Akuzo and Zawi B capable of coming off the bench. Cass Brown, who's a tall but shoots a brilliant long ball. It's a pick your poison scenario when you play Townsville. You look to shut down one and someone else bobs up. Froling, couple of seconds left. Nice feed to Hillman. Credit to the Boomers again. They've hung around. Margin just sits at 10. They haven't really threatened to come over the top and win, but they also haven't been blown out.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2.5 minutes. There's heaps of time in this game. I think Melbourne just need to speed it up a little bit. Try and get all over Townsville, force some turnovers, and then offensively be really aggressive.
A double team Whitcomb. She finds Woods, who then looks to Ruth. Can Michaela get one? Not quite. We've got to get her a basket tonight. She's none for 13 now. Brown, deadly from range, not this time.
She got the O rebound and a second chance opportunity for the team.
None for 13, but at the other end she's had 15 boards. Found a way to contribute tonight, even though it hasn't been a night offensively. Read the show. Draws a foul. Done some good things in the second half for our Reed.
Yeah, Reed really has. She's been really aggressive and taking her shots. She hasn't backed down, and I've really liked that about her second half tonight.
So what have Melbourne learned tonight, Tessa? They've got a few days to make the adjustments and get ready for Saturday night.
I think they learned that they need to keep mixing it up against Townsville defensively, keep them guessing a little bit, and then offensively move the ball, get it through hands. I think that'll create shots. Get the Townsville bigs moving up and down.
It's an old cliche that coaches trot out about, look, we don't worry too much about the opposition, it's about what we do. But in this instance, they know what Townsville are good at. Stopping it's another matter, of course, but it really is about the Boomers in their own game and what they're doing out on the floor as opposed to what Townsville are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they're going to try and rebrand themselves or anything silly like that. They'll just know what they do well, and they'll try and bring that next game as well.
Zatina bringing the ball down the floor.
PG Zatina, love to see it.
Might be the next step in her evolution. There's that roll away again. It's been so impressive tonight. Woods over the top. Boomers ball with 46 seconds to play. Timeout called by Christy Harrower. We'll wait to see whether Chris Lucas has cleared the COVID protocols by Saturday night. See whether or not he'll return to the group or whether Christy Harrower will fill that role again come Saturday. From a Townsville perspective, what's pleased Shannon Seabon the most this evening?
I think what's pleased him the most is probably the ability that they come out of timeouts and they execute the plays. Because we've listened into a couple of his timeouts and he's very specific with the offensive focus, and they come out, they execute that, and they normally get a really good shot out of that. So I think he'll be very pleased with that.
Boomers, Adelaide, Flyers and Caps, the next four for Townsville as they close in on back-to-back minor premierships. The race for the top four at the moment is Townsville kicking clear. They started the night 2 games clear of Melbourne. They'll go 2.5 clear of Perth Lynx and 3 clear of the Boomers. Some big games ahead for Melbourne. Townsville again Saturday night, and Southside, the Derby, the Lynx and the Spirit. It's a final minute here for Melbourne. Down by 10. Can they come up with a couple of consolation buckets late? Blitzarves. Hillman. Draws a foul. No, offensive foul, is it? It is. Sammy Whitcomb sings the praises of Zatina Akuzo. Here's another look. The elbow of Hillman swinging through, clipping Akuzo across the chin. And then the foul on Froling.
Sammy loved that because I saw her before, just before the timeout. Zatina was very exhausted, and Sammy's like, come on, Z, just one more stop. And, you know, Zatina dug really deep, and she did. She got them that one stop. 23
minutes tonight for Zatina Akuzo, 16 from Zawi B. They've combined in that role this evening. Still got Alice Koenig to come back to the fire. Another weapon. The Boomers awaiting the return of Christy Wallace. He misses tonight in the COVID protocols. But getting ever closer to her return. Sammy makes both. Canada, blitz arms, heavy. Whitcomb can walk it down the court. Job well done for Townsville. Another professional performance from the reigning champions and league leaders. The Fire take a huge step towards another minor premiership. Townsville squared their season series against Melbourne and kicked 3 games clear of the Boomers. These two teams to meet again at the Boombox this Saturday night to decide that season series. It's Townsville 69, Melbourne 57. Tessa Levy, your thoughts on a great team performance from Townsville?
Yeah, really entertaining game, and Townsville were just so good defensively, taking away the Boomers' strengths, and then on the offensive end, they were just methodical. They listened very well to Shannon coming out of timeouts, and they executed.
They led by 9 points at the first change, 14 at the half, 12 at three-quarter time. Melbourne, a couple of attempts to try and make a run in the second half, but the Fire just had control of the game. And they were never really threatened in the end. 12 points apiece in the final term, so a relatively low-scoring game. 69-57, Fire get the win as Keely Froling addresses her team. Plenty to work on over the next couple of days, some lessons for Melbourne. And Townsville continue rolling on. The reigning champions move to 12-3, Melbourne now 9-6. 12-point winners this evening. Sammy Whitcomb contributing once again with 16 points, and here she is with Candy.
Absolutely, 16 points for you, Sammy, but also all 40 minutes on court. Wow, you guys led for all but 13 seconds. It was an amazing effort, but it did feel like, it looked like a grind. Did it feel like that?
Yeah, it was definitely a grind. Defensively, they're really, really tough. They take you out of stuff. They pressure, obviously. They've got some really good defenders. And then, obviously, they put so much pressure on you with their rebounding. So it was tough from start to finish, but I'm really, really proud of how we fought.
It's almost like a mini final because you're playing them again back here on Sunday or Saturday once more. What do you think at this stage you're going to attack?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll look at areas that we can be better for sure. I think defensively there were definitely things we can work on and tighten up. Offensively, obviously, you know, it's a lower scoring game, but I thought, you know, we got good shots and just missed. So I think the primary focus will be making sure that we come out mentally tough because that's what it takes.
6 weeks at the top for Townsville, and this game has now secured your spot in the semi-finals as captain. How proud are you?
Oh, super proud. Obviously, you're playing for finals every season, and this season has been really, really tough, top to bottom. I think there's a lot of parity, so that's really, really crucial for us.
Well, congratulations on making that very first final spot, and good luck back here on the weekend.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks to Sammy Whitcomb. Tessa Levy, the spread of talent across this Townsville team, it's a bit like whack-a-mole. You whack one and someone else bobs up. They're just so hard to keep them all down at once.
Yeah, exactly right. And it changes from quarter to quarter, to be honest, as well. We saw Steph Reed had a really great quarter there, and then all of a sudden Zatina pops up, and then Sammy's making impact. Yeah, it's a very impressive lineup, and I think they're going to be happy with that win, but the series is still 1-1, so they'll be looking to come into the Boombox again on Saturday and get the series on the Boomers.
Shannon Seabohm saying rebounding and improving that was a key focus. Last time they played Melbourne, it was 48-29 in favour of Melbourne, and they won it by 20 points off the back of that. On the boards tonight, it was +7 for the Fire. A lot more presence, and we mentioned Michaela Roof. She went none for 13 at the offensive end, but pulled down 16 boards, including 13 at the defensive end.
That is massive, and it just shows she doesn't drop her head. She's always consistent, and if her shot pops up and they're still not dropping, she's still going to take them, which is what you want because it becomes predictable for your team to be able to rebound, which is exactly what they've done. They've won the count by 7 tonight, so they'll look to that again on Saturday.
Spread of scorers as well. 5 double figures, 17 for Akuso, 16 for Whitcomb, 12 for Woods, 11 for Reed, and 10 for Zawi B. 3 in double figures for the Boomers, 16 to Froling, 13 to Canada, and 11 for Nars Hillman. From the Boomers' perspective, as we mentioned, they'll be happy with the defensive performance. It's the offense that needs to tune.
Yeah, I think so. They'll look, they'll watch over the game and review it and move forward with this. I mean, the series is still up for grabs, and obviously they'll be disappointed, but that's the key after a game. You want to review it and then move forward.
Coming up in round 11 as it rolls on through the week, it continues tomorrow night as the Lynx hunt a 6th straight win over the Caps. Then Friday night it's the Flyers hosting the Flames in Bet Cole's 250th game. And part 2 of this Boomers Fire series coming up Saturday night at the Boombox. Then we've got ourselves a Sunday doubleheader. The Lynx road trip sees them roll into Sydney for the Pink game. Get involved with that, support the McGrath Foundation and Tiana Mangakahia. And then the round finishes with Bendigo playing host to the Canberra Caps on Sunday afternoon. As the race for the Final Four continues to tighten, Steph Reid and her team getting the job done again tonight. Tessa Levy, they are an impressive outfit. They're going to take some beating.
They are. Looking to the rest of the round, I'm looking forward to the Lynx Cap game. I think the Capitals are playing really, really well. And then they obviously travel to Bendigo on the Sunday again. And they're doing a really good job, so I'm excited to watch them.
That wraps up ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. Thanks to Ford. Well done, Tessa Levy, on your debut. Fantastic performance by you. Thanks to Candy, our entire production team. Thanks so much for watching. Join us again next Wednesday night. It's the Flames and the Lightning.